All right. Let's come in. Let's do this. It's your boy, Miss TV, coming to you straight off the hip. Car Chronicles, episode 14. Top of the morning at 8 a.m. It's a morning drive. A lot of stuff that has happened. First things first, just want to say thank you for everyone who's been listening. Also, on my YouTube channel, Miss TV, I think about a month ago I reached 1,000 subscribers, and I just want to thank everyone for getting me there to 1,000 subscribers. Now I have 1,200 subscribers now, and let's go for 2,000. I want to thank everyone for their appreciation for giving me 1,000 subscribers. 1,000 of you are the real ones, for real. And I just really appreciate it for all the people who subscribe to this channel. All right, first things first. Shedeur Sanders is being hoodwinked, bamboozled by the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns, they are a dysfunctional organization in the NFL, and they are mentally trying to break Shedeur. Kenny Pickett is out with a hamstring. Dylan Gabriel's out with a hamstring. And Joe Flacco and Shedeur are the only two active quarterbacks on the roster. And what the Browns do, the Browns went ahead and signed, I think his name is Tyler Huntley. And the reason why they signed Tyler Huntley is because he played with the Browns a couple seasons ago, but he was just a second string. Sometimes I think he started a game or two. So it's kind of fucked up where how the Browns are doing Shedeur, knowingly that Shedeur is maybe the second best quarterback on that team behind Joe Flacco. Already said in the previous episode, Joe Flacco's quarterback one. That's it. Kenny Pickett's going to be quarterback 2. And I think Shedeur should be quarterback 3. But the Browns came out with the depth chart, and they put Shedeur Sanders as quarterback number 4. Now, look at this. The Browns currently have maybe 5 or 6 quarterbacks. I think they got 6 quarterbacks. They got another quarterback that's on the practice squad that's not on the active roster. And then they got 5 other quarterbacks. They got Tyler Huntley, Joe Flacco, Deshaun Watson, Dylan Gabriel, Kenny Pickett, and Shedeur. So it's kind of like a shit show in Cleveland. How the Browns are really trying to break that man. They really trying to mentally break it. Now here's the thing. If the Cleveland Browns are smart, they need to have Shedeur play majority of the preseason games. Joe Flacco is going to play maybe a quarter or 2 here and there, but I feel like if Cleveland is smart, you put Shedeur up there, you make Shedeur look good. You make Shedeur run plays with the 1s, you make him run plays with the 2s. And then if he looks like Tom Brady or Lamar Jackson preseason, like I said this before, somebody's going to call Cleveland and trade for him. So Shedeur, and I know there's some people that don't like Shedeur because of his daddy Deion Sanders, and it's kind of funny how a lot of people don't like Deion because of his boisterous attitude. And then you gotta understand, Deion is very confident of his abilities and very confident in his sons. And a lot of people don't like that. But here's the thing I had about fickle ass sports fans. Y'all get mad at Deion for being very boisterous and confident, but y'all love Michael Jordan, which Michael Jordan is 100 times more cocky than Deion Sanders. He's 100 times more boisterous than Deion Sanders. But Michael Jordan, he just keep it low key when he's around the media, but behind closed doors, he's like that. If you watch interviews and hear stories of Michael Jordan, yeah. But fickle ass fans, they pick and choose who they want to like. So it's kind of like high school. All the girls like the athlete that can play basketball and football, but he's ugly as shit, but he know how to do something good. They don't like the nerdy kid that's making straight A's because they think he's lame. So and also another example, that same analogy with the high school kid. That basketball player that played in high school, he could go ahead and just say some outlandish shit to a girl, and the girl will laugh and think that shit cute. Where that same dude that's not popular would say the same shit, and that's offensive. But it teaches its own. People are fickle. But back to what I was gonna say about the Browns. Browns are so fucking dysfunctional, and I feel like the Browns need to really, really, really decide who they want, because they obviously don't want Shador. And I think Andrew Berry need to just be smart, play him in the preseason, make him look good, and trade him. Because I don't see Shador finishing the year with the Browns. The only way Shador will have an opportunity if Kenny Pickett stays injured, Dylan Gabriel stays injured, and Joe Flacco's getting injured, and the Browns gonna have to play Shador. And that's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna give you a similar story. Tom Brady. Remember, Tom Brady was a third string quarterback. And then while he was a third string quarterback, and this was his rookie year, Tom Brady, he took steps along the way. Then he beat out the second string quarterback. And then he went from third string to second string. And then he was sitting behind Drew Bledsoe for a year. What happened? Drew Bledsoe got injured. Tom Brady came in, took Drew Bledsoe's job. And then the rest is history. Then the Patriots, and remember, people forget, in the mid-90s, the Patriots was a great team with Bill Belichick with Drew Bledsoe. Like, they was a great team. Remember, Patriots went to the Super Bowl with Drew Bledsoe. People don't remember that. They went to the Super Bowl with Drew Bledsoe and Bill Belichick. And they lost to the Packers. And then what happened? Like maybe a couple of years later, they got Tom Brady and all of that, and the rest is history. Yeah, Drew Bledsoe got injured. Tom Brady took over. Then Drew Bledsoe gets traded to another team. So it takes time. And, but the difference is the Patriots are a stable organization. They do everything accordingly. So, I don't see the Browns doing the same thing for Shador. And I think, to me, they're trying to break him. They're trying to, quote unquote, humble him because they don't like the fact that Shador is putting a lot of confidence in himself. And Shador is putting in the work. You're hearing the reports that he's doing good in training camp. He's doing good in practice. He's showing up on time. He's staying after practice, practicing with other receivers, building chemistry and all of that. And then you got other teammates, raving for Shador Sanders, saying how good of a teammate he is, how he's dedicated, how he cares about the game. And still the Browns just look at him like he ain't shit. So, but what's going to happen, the Browns going to make the same fucking mistake they made with Baker Mayfield. Remember, the Browns drafted Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield was maybe the most consistent quarterback they had in 30 years. And what happened? They fumbled Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield goes to Tampa and he just balls the fuck out. So, and I can see the Browns doing the same thing with Shador. They fumble Shador, trail to a team that really needs a quarterback. That's it. And I'm just gonna say this. There's gonna be a team that's gonna get Shador. There's gonna be a team. As long as Shador keeps his head down, grinds, and make the main thing, which is the game of football, it'll be all right. So yeah, enough with Shador. Some other stuff that happened too. Oh yeah, like I said, since we in football season now, you goofy ass Cowboys. I don't know what the fuck are y'all doing. Jerry Jones is having a contract dispute with Michael Parsons, and here's the stupidest shit that Jerry Jones is doing. Let me just say, signing Michael Parsons is a no-brainer. This should have been the easiest contract extension signing in free agency for Jerry Jones. But Jerry is making it so difficult for Micah because he's trying to finesse Micah. And from me just looking, watching, and reading, Jerry was trying to finesse Micah by trying to do a contract negotiation without Micah's agent being involved, and then he's trying to pay Micah for the cheap. And here's the crazy part about it: Micah approached Jerry, and he was willing to take less money. But Jerry is so damn stupid and delusional, he want to play the stupid ass games with Micah. Like, let's just be real. I'm sorry. If Micah played for a team like the Patriots, you would not hear Robert Kraft playing those goofy ass games with Michael Parsons. Hell, if Micah played with the Packers, my Packers, you would not hear none of that shit on Green Bay's side. You would hear Green Bay sign Michael Parsons. No brainer. Prime example, when Jordan Love was up for his contract extension, you didn't hear no bullshit about Green Bay trying to play hardball with Jordan Love. What they do? They got up that morning, they had a meeting with Jordan Love, boom, contract's done. You didn't hear no controversy, you didn't hear no Jordan Love, the deal was not done because of it. No. Green Bay moves accordingly. It's just always the fucking Cowboys doing shit like that. And I'm not a Cowboy fan. It's just crazy. And then you got the delusional ass Cowboy fans thinking Cowboys gonna go to the Super Bowl. With what team? Your team is not that good. Like, your defense still need a lot of work. Your O-line is shaky because half of your O-line is old as hell. Then the only thing you got going for you is your two wide receivers. You got George Pickens and you got CeeDee Lamb. That's the only thing, and Michael Parsons. And then you got Jerry goofy ass about to fuck the bag up, about to mess around and lose Michael Parsons because Michael Parsons asked for a trade, and then Jerry laughing it off like the shit funny. Like, I'm gonna tell you, the only way Micah can get his point across is he don't show up for games and void his whole contract. If Micah just don't show up for games and void his whole contract, and then the Cowboys start losing, oh, Jerry gonna sign a deal. I'll give you a prime example. Remember Emmitt Smith? Remember Jerry played that bullshit with Emmitt Smith? What the fuck Emmitt Smith do? He sat out for the whole training camp, and then he sat out for the whole preseason, and then the first 2 games of the season, he sat out. And what happened? Cowboys was like, what, 0-2? And then Jerry like, all right, let me stop bullshitting and go ahead and give him this money. And guess what? And at that time, it was $30 million. That's all Emmett wanted. It was like a 5-year deal, $30 million. And this was like almost 30 years ago. Where in today's time, if Emmett played in today's time, Emmett would have been making $150 million as a right now in today's world. Because how elite Emmitt Smith was. So, but it's just crazy. Jerry just stupid. He just stupid as hell. Like, this Michael Parsons signing should have been easy. It was like a get up in the morning, grab your coffee, read your newspaper, call the meeting, sign the contract. That shit would have been done in 2 hours. But Jerry dragging his shit out. And what's so stupid about Jerry, it's going to cost him more money every day because Jerry could have signed Micah last year for $27 million a year. Now the price has gone up and Micah wants 35 to 40. You see how stupid that is? You see how stupid Jerry is? Jerry could have saved a lot of money just by giving him the extension last year, where Mike would have been, you could give Mike about 27 million. Boom. You sign that, boom, we done. That's it. That's it. That'd have been right there. Boom. 5 year, 27. 5 year, about 27 to maybe 29 million. Boom. That deal would have been done. But now it's gonna cost Jerry Jones an extra $50 million because how stupid he is and how incompetent of a GM he is. And I'm just going, and I don't care what Cowboy fans think. Your damn GM / owner is incompetent. And I'm just gonna be real. I always say this: the Cowboys ain't gonna never get success until Jerry Jones dies. When that motherfucker dies, that's when the Cowboys is gonna start being successful. Or he stepped down as a GM and give the GM role to somebody else. That's when the Cowboys gain success. I give a prime example. Look at the damn Commanders / Redskins. Guess what? Dan Snyder was so damn toxic. Look what happened. Dan Snyder sold the damn team, and then boom, they made it to the NFC Championship. They drafted Jalen Daniels, they got Terry McLaurin, they got all these good pieces. Boom, they went to the NFC Championship. Just by removing a toxic owner, the team was able to flourish. Cowboys are not going to be a successful team until Jerry dies. Jerry's in his 80s now. And he's old and senile and he's stubborn. And he don't know what the hell he doing. And I know people say, well, Bill Belichick did. Yeah, Bill Belichick. I'm just going to be real. Bill Belichick, even though he's not the owner, he was the GM and the president of football operations. Bill Belichick, the reason why he was able to get away for so long because he had Tom Brady. Tom Brady covered all of Bill Belichick's mistakes. Now, Bill Belichick, the only time he was making good draft picks was in the mid-2000s when he got Gronk, Julian Edelman, when he got Todd, when he got Aaron Hernandez, when he got all those guys he drafted in the mid-2000s. That was where he struck lightning in the bottle. Them 3-4 years of drafting, he struck a lot of gold. And then the last 5 years of Bill Belichick running the GM spot, he was horrible. And you know why? Belichick the team he had around him, like the GM staff, a lot of them folks gone and left to be GMs for other NFL teams. And then Belichick was pretty much running it by himself. See, and then also he had Tom Brady, a man that covered all of Belichick's mistakes. Belichick will fuck up a draft, but guess what? They will always be back in the AFC Championship or in the Super Bowl because of Tom Brady will cover the mistakes. So Bill Belichick is a great coach, but when it comes to evaluating talent, he was good because he had people that were smarter than him around him. So that's why Belichick was so successful at the gym. He had other smart people around him. But But when Belichick, but here's the thing: when it was time for Belichick to go, it was time for him to go. Now the Patriots, they got Mike Vrabel now as the coach, and they got a new GM, somebody else. Patriots will be all right. They'll be all right. But yeah, it's crazy football season, all of that. Also, yeah, Commanders, they still in that contract dispute with Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin is still not gonna stand down. He's telling the Commanders that he still want to trade, and I think the Commanders is gonna finally give him his money. Or there's a rumor out there. There is a rumor that the Commanders are having mutual conversations with the Dolphins, where they might do a head-to-head swap. Terry McLaurin for Tyreek Hill. Wow, I said Tyrese. Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill for Terry McLaurin head up. And if that actually happened, Commanders is going to the Super Bowl. If that actually happened. Because if the Commanders get Tyreek Hill and you line Tyreek Hill up with Deebo Samuels, Commanders is going to the Super Bowl. They can go to the Super Bowl. It might not be this year, it might be that next year. And then if Terry McLaurin goes to the Dolphins, that might stabilize that might give Tua a better chance to spread the ball more. Because Tyreek Hill and Tua do not get along. And then Tyreek Hill been having a tumultuous relationship with his quarterback and with the Dolphins organization. So if that trade happened, Tyreek Hill for Terry McLaurin, that would be a good trade on both sides. That will give Tua the opportunity to spread the ball more in that receiving core and don't have to deal with a lot of ego. And then also that will put the Commanders in the driver's seat to get to the NFC Championship again, maybe the Super Bowl. So that would be good. That would be good. That would be good. It's a lot going on in the football season. Football season's coming up. It's gonna be a doozy on this one. But shoot, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for listening to Car Chronicles episode 14 with the boy Mitch TV. I'm out. All right. This your boy Mitch TV coming to you straight off the hip. Car Chronicles episode 14. You already know this about to be a good episode. First things first, let's talk about these funky ass Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns just came out. Shedeur Sanders will be starting in Friday's preseason opener, and I think it's against the Chargers. And this is going to be a great opportunity for Shedeur Sanders. So a lot of people is doubting that Shedeur might drop a egg on this, but this will give Shedeur to run some reps with the ones and the twos. So this will give him a good opportunity. And here's the thing, I said this a couple episodes ago. If the Browns start Shedeur and make him look good, let him play like and let him just go crazy in the preseason, the Browns will boost his trade value up, and then they can trade Shedeur. I don't think the Browns is going to keep him. If they do keep him, it'll only be for this season only, and that's it. But they might mess around and trade him, because the Browns, when it comes to the Browns organization, they're so dysfunctional, super dysfunctional. A lot of time they don't know what the fuck they be doing. So Shedeur starting in the preseason game is the great opportunity for him, and I feel like he's going to try to take advantage of it. I don't think he might throw 300 yards and all of this. I'll be shocked if he will, I might say, because you know how preseason is, it's very, slow pace, stats always low. So I might see him do like 10 completions, 150 to 200 yards. Maybe something like that. Maybe 15 completions, 100, about 200 yards, something like that. But I ain't gonna, if he go crazy and throw for 300 in a preseason, then I'm like, damn, for real. But this is Shador's chance of showing why he should have been the first round pick. And I know some people saying, this is the preseason, the preseason don't count. Yes, the fuck it do. Yes, the fuck it do. Prime example, Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson was wowing the coaches, went crazy in the preseason, and look what happened. He ended up jumping over Matt Flynn's head and starting. And then the rest was history. So the preseason does matter for quarterbacks and undrafted, quarterbacks and undrafted players. Like if undrafted players that do good, they have a chance to make the 53-man roster. So Shador has the ultimate opportunity to start in the preseason. Now, if it was a situation where he didn't start in the preseason and he was just going to be the second or third string in the preseason, then that would not be promising for him. But he's going to start. So Kevin Stefanski is going to put the ball in his hand. So, it is what it is. I just hope that young man does a great job. I will be trying to watch the preseason if the preseason game is going to be aired on ESPN, which it might be. But yeah, Shador starting. Also, Shiloh, Shador's brother, it just came out that he been impressing the coaches in training camp, doing everything. They said it's a great chance he's going to make the 53-man roster. Now, and I've been saying this, Shiloh is good. He's good. He's one of those players that he's not like an all Pro Bowl talent, all of that. He's a system scheme type of player where you put him in the right system, he will do good. He might not be a multiple time Pro Bowler, but he might be good enough to stay on the field and good enough to be on a 53-man roster. That's how I feel about Shiloh. He was okay in college. He was good in college. He was good, but Travis Hunter was outshining him because look at Travis Hunter. And but I can see Shiloh making the roster, and which they already say he has a good chance of making it. Also, Travis Hunter, who I just mentioned, Travis Hunter will be starting as wide receiver 2, and he'll be started as, I think, cornerback 2 for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, here's the thing. This is the ultimate test. I know Travis said he could play both sides, but here's the thing. This is the pros. You think Travis is going to play 120 snaps in the pros? He could do it in college, but, I don't see Travis playing all the snaps on both sides. I can see him playing half of the snaps at wide receiver and half of the snaps at cornerback. Because he can't, playing 120 to 130 snaps in the NFL, that's not good because it's going to stress him out. It's going to mess his body up. That's how he'll be injured. That's how he'll get injured. But I can see Travis playing about half of the snaps on wide receiver, half of the snaps at cornerback, where he'd be good. And also, Jacksonville got the right player because they defense trash and their offense is trash. And they got one player that can do both, that can fix both. So, and the only shining, now they got 2 shining stars on that team. Trevor Lawrence and Travis. And I still am a believer in Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is a good quarterback. He just had crappy teams surrounding him. So I hope Jacksonville, they might not make it to the playoffs, but I hope they get some good quality wins this season. So yeah. All right, NBA. Let me talk about the NBA. All right, NBA. The season's gonna start maybe in about almost a month and a half or so. And LeBron is still being petty. He's still messy, like a woman. So LeBron, been in the news a lot about the Lakers, about how he don't like how the Lakers is running the organization. He don't like how the Lakers is catering to Luka more than him. And here's the thing about LeBron. It's time, bro. It's time. It's time to leave the Lakers. LeBron, thank you for your service with the Los Angeles Lakers. You brought them a championship. I don't give a fuck what people say. That 2020 championship is legit. It's legit. It's legit. It's a legit title. And don't listen to these goofy ass niggas like Skip Bayless that say that dumb shit. Because Skip is not even a hooper and he can't even play hoop. That's why Jalen Rose called him Water Pistol Pete Maravich, because Skip Bayless said he plays like Pistol Pete, and I was laughing when you guys say that. I said that's so fucking diabolical. But LeBron, it's time to leave the Lakers, and I know he's not gonna leave now because he opted back into his contract. But what I said before, LeBron can opt out next year. Well, his contract will be over anyway next year, but LeBron can be bought out of his contract by mid-season. Mid-season, the Lakers can actually buy him out because they can give him half of his money, which is $25 million, $26 million. And then how they gonna do the buyout is how teams do buyouts. A lot of times they always don't give you your full contract amount they owe you. It's like a deal. It's a buyout deal. Just like if you get laid off on your job, instead of your job saying, "Hey, we're gonna pay you $50,000, we want to buy you out for $45,000," and then you might say, "Cool, I'll take the $45,000 up front," and then you can just take that money and then go find you another job. But that's how jobs do. But that same thing with the NBA. So Lakers might not buy LeBron out at the full $25-26 million. They might say, "Hey, if you can give us 20 back, if we can buy you out for 20, you give us 5 or 6 million back, we'll let you go and you can go to any team you want." And I feel like the Lakers owe that to LeBron because sometimes NBA teams will buy a player out and then will tell the person is, "I will only buy you out if you go to these certain teams," and then a player gotta be like, "Damn, I gotta go to this team, and I can't go to the team I want." So, but the Lakers owe it to LeBron. If they buy him out mid-season, they should say, "LeBron, thank you for your service. Here's your buyout. You can go to any team you want. Whatever team you pick will buy you out, let you clear waivers so you can go to any team you want." And I think they owe that to LeBron. And, they owe that to him. I love LeBron. I always say LeBron is my top 3 GOATs. I don't have one GOAT. I have 3. My 3 GOATs is always going to be Michael, Kobe, Bron. Michael 1, Kobe 2, Bron 3. Those are my 3 GOATs. Those are my GOATs. LeBron is one of my GOATs. And but I'm not always biased to LeBron. I'm gonna be real about LeBron, and I feel like LeBron wore out his welcome. I said this to many of my friends before. LeBron stayed 4 years too long. After that 2020 title, he should have left around 2022. Around 2022, he should have left.
and went to another team and finished his career somewhere else, where he could have went to New York, went to another team. But LeBron, he won that 2020 title and thought that the Lakers could repeat and all of that. But I felt like after that 2020 title, that was it for him. And I felt like in 2022, when his contract was up, he should have just walked away and went to another team. And he should have. He should have just went to free agency. He stayed 4 years too long. So, and I feel that, and I feel like LeBron could have won another title if he should just stayed aggressive. But the reason why LeBron got too comfortable in LA, because that's where he want to spend the rest of his life at. That's what all of his business deals are. That's all his endorsements are. That's where, plus LeBron owns a lot of real estate in LA. I just found out that his company bought the old LA Clippers facility, the old one. They just bought the old LA Clippers facility, and that was the facility he took the picture in front of the Clippers logo, and where they just recently bought that piece of property, which which is oxymoron. But but don't put it past LeBron. When he took that picture in front of the Clippers logo, he's signaling where he might go. So LeBron is giving out he's really signaling 3 teams he'll go to if he gets bought out. And the 3 teams he's signaling, because LeBron likes to send signals, he likes to send little hints. There's Cleveland, there's New York, there's the Clippers. Those are the 3 teams LeBron is signaling where he are. Here's the reason why. Cleveland, he went golfing. He went golfing maybe a week ago, and he had a hat that says "Welcome Home" in Cleveland, and he was on a golf course in Cleveland at a country club, and it said "Welcome Home." New York, he always mentions stuff about playing in the Garden. That would be great. That's always been a kind of a dream and all of that. That's the second thing. Third, the Clippers. He wants to stay in LA. And what team that can provide the same lifestyle and him not leaving home? And the Clippers. Because all he's doing is going on the other side of town. Because the Clippers don't share the Staples Center with the Lakers no more. They in Inglewood. They're on the other side of town now. So LeBron already hinted 3 teams he want to go to. The Knicks, the Cavs, and the Clippers. And also, guess who's back with the Clippers? His buddy, CP3. You think CP3's on the phone with LeBron right now? Saying, hey, bro, I know what you're doing, bro. If you get bought out, come to the Clippers, bro. You still will be at the crib. We can kick it. Kawhi's up for it. PG gone. We got a better, more well-rounded team. We got Bradley Beal here. Bro, you can come in, share the point guard responsibilities. You think CP is on the phone with him right now? Hell yeah, CP on the phone with that man. He on the phone with Bron right now telling him, come to the Clippers. And Cleveland, they said this. They'll take LeBron back, but not for the current number he's worth. That means LeBron, if he goes back to Cleveland, he will have to sign for a mid-level exception. Where now Cleveland don't have to get rid of Donovan Mitchell or Eric Mobley or or Jared Allen. They don't have to get rid of none of those guys. Or Darius Garland. They don't have to get rid of them. You could just plug LeBron at the 3 spot. Boom. That's it. And that's it. You could plug him at the 3. Boom. Cleveland's a championship team already. New York. LeBron goes to New York, bro. Come on, bro. You already know what it is. You already know it's up in New York. You're gonna have Jim Jones and doing commercials, rapping about Bron. You're gonna have motherfuckers wearing Bron tennis shoes and shit like that. Bron jerseys gonna already be made. Like Bron to the Garden is still gonna be up, and then you don't have to give up nobody. Bron can sign that mid-level. exception to the Knicks. So now, and here's the thing, yeah, it's going. And then they got who that new coach they got? I don't know who that coach they got, who they have, but it's gonna be a doozy. So you know, so watch that unfold. Bron already hinted where he want to go. So it is what it is. So keep your eye on LeBron mid-season when he asks for a buyout. If he don't, then it's because he don't want to win anymore. He just want to go off into the sunset. But you're gonna see LeBron get very aggressive around the trade deadline, because the Lakers, they're ignoring LeBron. They only looking at Luka as the man now. And even though LeBron said, "Oh, I understand what the team is doing," but he's also doing passive aggressive messages saying, "But I want to make sure we want to win now." No, he wants to win. No, yeah, he do want to win. He don't want to win with the Lakers right now. He's going to win with another team. So, yeah. But all right, let me get off of LeBron. So also, it's a lot of stuff going on. Joel Embiid. Oh man, I ain't even talking about Sixers. Joel Embiid. It's a lot of concerns in that front office with the Sixers and Joel Embiid. They're concerned about him with his injuries. They don't know if Joel Embiid still loves basketball. There have been rumored that Joel Embiid contemplated retirement because of the multiple injuries he had and all of that. It's a lot of stuff going on. And then here's the thing about Joel Embiid. He should have left the Sixers a long time ago. Like, after they maxed out and went to the Eastern Conference Finals and got beat by Kawhi, maybe that year afterwards, I think it was going to be time for him to go. Yeah, Joel Embiid won the MVP, but he always getting put out in the first or second round. Always. Joel Embiid never had good luck in the playoffs. Sixers never had good luck in the playoffs. It was always some BS that happened with the Sixers. So, if Joel Embiid wants to succeed, when his contract is up, you need to just go ahead, get up out that contract, and then go to the Heat or go to a team. So, yeah, it's crazy. With the Sixers is going on, it's a lot of friction in that front office. And, and I can understand. It's always something with the Sixers. Also, the Eastern Conference is wide open this year. Indiana's down, Boston is down. Like, the two top teams in the Eastern Conference Final, Indiana and Boston, are both down. So this is the year for Cleveland to go to the finals. This is the reason why LeBron is going to go to Cleveland, maybe. Because this is why LeBron, now I don't know why I keep going back to LeBron on this, but now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. Boston is down, Indiana's down. The two top teams in the Eastern Conference Finals are down. You know what that tell you? It's wide open for Milwaukee and Cleveland. So that's why LeBron is waiting to the mid-season, because if he see Cleveland got the top record in the East, guess what? And he see how they coming together, LeBron gonna be like, you know what? I can go back to Cleveland, win one more championship ring with them, or I can stay with the Clippers. I can go to the Clippers and be the first player to win a championship with the Lakers and the Clippers at the same time, which is some GOAT shit. But I know I'm going right back to the whole LeBron thing, but yeah. But NBA's wide open in the Eastern Conference Finals. Now in the Western Conference Finals, you know, I think OKC ain't missed a step. If you notice in free agency, they didn't really lose anybody. They kind of stayed pat. They drafted well. Again, they got pieces, all of that. They stay in pat. So OKC is, they might come back and repeat. And another team I'm gonna say look out for is that San Antonio Spurs. That San Antonio Spurs with De'Aaron Fox and Wemby and Stephon Castle, and that's a team to look out for. They might make it to the playoffs. Now, another player I'm kind of monitoring and looking close at is Zion Williamson. With Zion Williamson, this is his last year. This is the year that Zion need to stop the bullshit, man the fuck up and play. Like Zion need to be in good shape. He need to lose about 50 pounds. He need to be playing. His play weight should be at 240, 250, not 300 pounds. People talking about, well, Zion he's big boned. No, the fuck he's not. He's not big boned. He just like to eat. Man, Zion he be at the same restaurants I be at. He be eating those po' boys, man, them tacos. My nigga be at Wendy's, be getting a baconator with 2 fries and an extra large frosty. Oh yeah, my boy be out here. He be out here in the food streets, and he love thoughts. Zion. He be out of control sometimes. But this is the year Zion he got Joe Dumars as the GM, and Joe Dumars is from that no nonsense era. He's from the 80s. He's the no nonsense. So I bet you Joe Dumars told Zion in his face, "Hey, bruh, get your shit together." And I know he's told him that. And I know people that the younger generation don't know who Joe Dumars is, but the generation who know Joe Dumars is, he was in that era where back in the 80s, you driving the lane, he clotheslining your ass, or he knock your ass out, or he get Bill Laimbeer to choke you out. So I can see Joe Dumars is telling him like, "Hey, bro, get your shit together. This might be your last chance, or we just gonna let you go." And I feel like Zion needs to step it up this year. Like, he needs to play at least 70 games this year to be considered a healthy year. And I said he don't have to play all 82, but if he plays 70, that's considered a healthy year for him. And and like I said, part of the reason why Zion injuries is his nutrition. His nutrition plays a big part of his injuries. When you just can't come into the off season going crashing out on your diets, and then you come in training camp weighing 300 pounds. You can't be doing that. He coming in weighing 300 pounds on your training camp and then trying to play his way back into shape, which while he's playing his way back into shape, he's getting injured off of that. And then when you get injured, you get unfocused because you're injured. Now your mental is shot. And what you do, you're gonna eat and get fat again. So Zion need to really step it up. This the player. This is the player I've been monitoring, and it's all on Zion now because DeJounte Murray, he tore his Achilles too, and he's down for the year. So Zion really need to step it up, like real talk. Because if not, he's going to get traded. He's going to get traded. And I know some people say, well, if Zion get traded, he going to play somewhere else. Yeah. But if you're a smart businessman in basketball, put the pressure on Zion. let him play to his max potential, and then you trade him. You get as much as value you get, because you can get a first round pick for off trading Zion. You can. So let's just see. Let's see, because this season is a wide open season. You know, the only like when it comes to the Western Conference, like I said, the only team that's in the way of the Thunder repeating is maybe Minnesota. That might be the only team. But I don't know if Minnesota got even better. Minnesota might be the only team that's in the way. I don't think the Nuggets are equipped to beat OKC, because even though Denver took OKC to 7 games, but guess what? OKC proved to be battle tested. So now, since they proved to be battle tested, now they're a better team now. So I won't be surprised in the playoffs. OKC play Denver and they whoop the socks off of Denver and sweep them boys in 4 games. So let's see. Let's see how this season unfolds. Let's see how this season unfolds for real. But yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you think about this coming up sports season with the NFL and the NBA and all the other craziness. It's your boy Mitch TV. I'm out.